Hi, we're back again. And last week we talked about listening to your body, really paying attention to what, and when you wanted to eat was coming from. This week I call it's all about the nitty gritty, the basic understanding that we're so excited to share with you. And what that looks like is most of us perceive life as an experience of circumstances out there that we react to respond to. So we're at the effect of what's occurring out there. And the truth is, our moment to moment experience is truly just feeling our thinking.
That is certainly the way I perceived life for so long. Somebody would cut me off in traffic and I'd get irritated by it. And I thought it was that guy, that just occurred, that circumstance that made me feel upset, angry, whatever was going on. And what we're beginning to discover is that isn't exactly the case. Because, if it was being cut off in traffic or that particular person that was making me feel angry and want to get up on that guy's bumper or whatever was going through my mind, then that should happen every time. But I also noticed there were times when someone would do the exact same thing, cut me off, kind of a dangerous situation on the road, and I didn't get upset. So what's with that?
Yeah, what I've begun to see is instead of thinking life is outside there and my experience is coming from outside into here, I recognize that my experience is feeling my thinking. So it's really inside out. I'm actually the creator of my experience instead of at the effect of circumstance.
Yeah, it's kind of like there are two tracks. It's not like life isn't occurring outside. All of those circumstances come and go. But my experience of what is occurring is all about what I'm thinking, how I'm perceiving it, what I'm thinking about it. Because, two people can see exactly the same thing and then talk about it 5 minutes later, and it's like they saw something completely different.
Yeah,
have you ever experienced that?
Yeah, that's true.
It's because we think about what we see, and what we experience is that thinking. I always thought my observation was more like a camera, very objective. I just see it. That's the way it is. And then I'll talk to Connie about it sometimes. It's like she saw something completely different in that. And it's such a great learning. It's actually quite freeing in a way because it helps us to understand how two people can have very different opinions. And it's not that one is right or wrong. It's just seeing it differently, and it goes into a different set of beliefs in their lives, and everything is actually fine with two different opinions.
Another aspect that's fascinating to me and how we can look at this is our chatty mind that's always going a mile a minute, we can look at as little mind. And we've touched a bit on who we really are in a deeper place. And that we can look at as big mind, our wisdom, our intuition, our common sense, our innate well-being. That's who we truly are. And what happens is when I'm up here, chatty, and I have all these feelings coming out of my thinking, we want to come back to who we are. We want to relax, rest, slow down. It's just natural. And if we do that, then we're guided by something much bigger, really. It's amazing what we're guided by and what has our back every minute of every day.
Yeah, and to tie this back to our health and our food choices, it's that settled mind that we talked about last week that is where we can hear our inner guidance. It's like our inner guidance is always there. Are you familiar with the snow globes? The little snow globes where there's a little deer in the middle of the snow globe, and You shake it up and you can't see the snow globe anymore.
Yeah.
Well, our minds are kind of like that in relationship to that inner guidance. The inner guidance is kind of like that little deer in there. And when we feel under pressure, if I get cut off in traffic and I get all uptight, or if there's pressures from different things in my life, it's like that snow globe gets shaken up a little bit. And I'm not able to see the deer, or I'm not able to really perceive, hear that inner guidance. So the whole key is understanding that life is really experienced. We really feel our moment-to-moment thinking. It's really inside out. And when I understand that, then when somebody cuts me off and I catch myself, oh my gosh, I'm getting all upset, it's harder for me to blame that driver. When I recognize and really understand that what I'm experiencing is what I'm thinking, it's not that outside circumstance. So in terms of our health and food choices, when we feel kind of pressured to, I've got to have this right now, I've got to have these chips, I've got to have this chocolate, whatever it is, when we understand that that is not really so much about the chips or the chocolate as it is about a busy mind really wanting to serve us to settle things down, because we found in the past chips or chocolate help me to settle down. We do want to settle down, but when we rely on a habit of chips or chocolate to settle down, we just get caught in this wheel, and it's never really addressed the cause, which is to recognize that this is a busy mind and it's not about chocolate and chips.
Yeah, and for me, at those moments, there are lots of things that we can experience to slow down, to stop, to really check in with my wisdom. And you'll have your favorite ways. I know one of mine is I just relax my shoulders. When I do, it's like the scenery just shifted. I'm in a new reality and everything looks different. So, homework. This week, what we'd like to do is just whenever you feel an urge or you feel a lot of discomfort, notice, oh, is this just my thinking? I'm just feeling my thinking. Get curious about that. And when you do, find your way to just stop, slow down, and see what new reality might be experienced. Now the dish is so yummy. This is the end of summer for us here. It's really getting cold. So we took some big zucchinis and made a great dinner with them, and then I served it with a tomato out of the garden, arugula, shallots, cucumber, capers, and Moroccan olives. So yum. Take a look and give it a try. The zucchini dish takes minutes, and there's really, all you have to do really is cut it up. It's so simple. Great to be with you. Did you want to say anything more? Much love. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.